Hey YouTube, it's Conductor Carson. It has been quite a long time since I made a video. My last video was probably my new soda railway repair, and after that I wasn't making any videos for quite a very long time. Some of you were probably wondering that, you probably noticed that back in 2008 and 9, my remakes and other videos were on my train table. And then later on, you never saw it for a while, and then they were just on this carpet. A big layout was on the carpet here in my train room. I already showed you my train room in my video of my wooden trains. But you were probably wondering what happened to it. The reason why is that the room that my train table used to be in, I'll show you. See, look at all this. This here's our basement. This is where my train room is. My train table used to be in this room here, back before any of this was even around. But this wasn't really going to be my train room. My train table was just in here so I could do remakes and make videos and stuff. Then later on, like just at the beginning of the year, I had to pack up all my trains, so they had to take apart the train table. My stepfather had to take it apart and put it in the garage so they could do all this stuff. All my trains were packed up in boxes and put in my room. Then, around Christmas time last year, that's when my train room was done so I could build layouts on the carpets. And now, just last weekend, I had a big surprise. It is my old train table back up again. Yep, it's here in my train room, and I built a layout. It's really awesome. Like, there's Tidmouth sheds, the special engine shed, the useful engine shed, the repair shed, fire station, hospital, Nappert station, lower Tidmouth station, the Nappert covered bridge, and water wheel, Soda Bay Bridge. And there's the harbor all around here. And as you noticed, you can see some tugboats. And I have the whole fleet. And I also have a few other of their friends. One thing here is Constance, the Coast Guard ship. Oops. There's Carla, cabin cruiser, the little one. And then let me go around here to show you the tugs. Here's Cranky. And then I also have Brunswick barge. And then for the tugboats, I have Theodore, Hank, Foduck, Emily, and George. And I call my Soda Bay Bridge Benjamin Bridge, even though it doesn't really look like him at all. Here's Cranky in the harbor. This is the main line and the branch line. I have the pack, Jack in the pack working here. My homemade black wheel Terrence here in the field. Trevor in another field. There's Butch at the crossing. Kevin the crane, who I just got Tuesday. And George the steamroller. Oops, knocked down a tree. So we're talking about some workers. And then there's Thomas and James. Kind of looks like Thomas is bringing James in after an accident. They've been sitting there for a while. Henry with those Brio passenger cars, which I got at Hobbytown, USA. So Tom Matt's car here at Nappert. Mr. Percival's car there at Lower Tidmouth. There's Caroline the car. Bulgy the bus. You can sort of see him. Elizabeth and Bertie. And Kevin. And then for trains, there's Edward, Henry, Percy, Gordon, the express coaches and the Nappert Express coach. Annie and Clarabelle, they're not on the rails. Long siding, here's the Flying Kipper, my homemade goods van, the Troublesome Brake Van, homemade, box cars, aquarium cars, and then for some of my goods trains, tar wagon, 2 fuel trucks. Just about everybody has this. 1 tar wagon and 2 fuel cars. Like I know that Whalinator has it, Arbophil, Kikri24. I know his name's not Kikri24 anymore, but I don't know what his new name is, but I'll just call him that. 2 Tidmouth milk tankers. I know I used to have 3, but I tried to turn this one here and the other one into a raspberry syrup tanker and a cream tanker, but I decided to turn them back into milk tankers. This is the cream tanker, and it turned out fine. I managed to get it back to normal, but the raspberry syrup one I couldn't turn back to normal because it was all red spotted all over, so that one's off the railway. My Youngsters tanker, Rickety, Giggling Troublesome Truck, China Clay Trucks, Scruffy, Fred, Ray Troublesome Truck, Soda River Repair Truck, and Hector. And my cargo train. These are my 2 Youngster cargo cars. This one's painted light blue and this one is dark blue. And this little crate here came with Kevin, as everybody knows. The brown looks good in a blue cargo car. Oh yes, and Emily's in there. That's pretty much it. So I hope you've enjoyed lots of my videos lately. All my remakes and stuff. I'm going to do plenty more. I'm going to do a lot more. Some are going to be narrated. Some of them are now going to be narrated by Ringo Starr, like Thomas Saves the Day and Thomas and the Conductor and Thomas Goes Fishing. I'm going to do those remakes. They're going to have to be narrated by Ringo Starr. And some of my other remakes, like Toby the Tram Engine, Henry Special Cole, and The Flying Kipper, they're going to be narrated by George Carlin. And yeah. Ignore that footstep in the background. It's my mom walking around. But I hope you've enjoyed all the remakes I've done so far, and I'm going to do all those and many more. I did buy a cargo transfer station off eBay. It's going to go right there. You can see the male and female adapters. I'm not sure how big it is, but it's going to go right here. The reason why is that I got Kevin in that one crate. I wanted to get some more. It's going to go right here, and you're probably wondering why I don't just put the road and rail part connected to rails. Because a lot of YouTubers have it. Like I know Arbofil has it. I think Flying Duckman Genesis has it, and Sonic Enjoyer and Diamond Thomas have it. And all of those guys, except Diamond Thomas, connect both parts to rails. To them it doesn't seem to matter, which is fine, but to me it does matter. So it's going to have to go backwards or something, and that's why I've got these adapters here. So the cargo transfer station, which I'm getting off eBay, it's going to go right here, and I'll let you know when it comes. And so that's it. And oh yes, and here in the harbor with the tugs, the Great Ocean Dock, dispatcher. So that's it. And so I'm sure you're going to be glad to know I have my train table back up again in my train room, but it's awfully long, so we're thinking about cutting it down a little and making it a little smaller so that I don't poke myself, and I could barely squeeze in here. See, it's very hard to move around. So, but for a while it's going to be like this. So I'm going to do what remakes I can do, and like I said, I'll get the cargo transfer station. I'm running on to 9 minutes here on this video, so I think I need to go now. And so, that's my new train table, and all my layouts, and that's it. So, I don't really have anything else to say, so, it's Conductor Carson saying goodbye, YouTube.